Hi guys, welcome back to Allotment Diggers. Well, we got here this morning and it didn't look too good. We come in the greenhouse and I saw a little twinkle in the distance, sun, and below me it's all the dark satanic skies have gone and there's blue sky out there at the moment. However, it's not stopped raining for the last 7 days and wind's been atrocious. It's the 5th of December today. How do I know that? It's my birthday, and it's also my son's birthday, so happy birthday, Pete. Yeah, pair of us, December the 5th. 20 days from Christmas, guys. 20 days before we start to have a dig in here and have a look and see if we get any spuds. I'm not looking too optimistic really, because all these ones at this side have all died back, and that's the problem. Keeping them warm. I couldn't put any heat in here because of this fleece, but yeah, we didn't have the fleece in and we lost a few of them, but we still got a few going on here, so there's every chance we'll get a couple of pound of spuds. Christmas Day we'll have a look, won't we? Yeah, what we're doing, we'll take you on a tour first. Like I say, it cleared up and you can see it's like everywhere's wringing wet, but there's a few things there I've got pointing out which I'm going to be doing in the after the video. I've got some potting on to do, and I've got some planting to do and bits and bobs, and I'll show you all that after I took it on the tour. So this is what the plot's looking like right now.
Would you look at that? It's the sun's just come out, and as you can see it's been raining. It's only just stopped. It's 8 degrees today, but with that sun it feels like 13-14 degrees. In fact, it's really warm, and yeah, that sun is absolutely bright. It's just stopped raining now. You can see where it's been raining here, and yeah, it's pretty tough. We was going to do the strawberries. We was going to take all the dead leaves out of these and tidy them up, but ain't going to happen today. And I'm not kneeling down there and getting wet through. In this bed here you can see the crocuses and the daffodils, and there's a few tulips starting to come up in here. You can just start to see them poking through now. The sedum's all gone back, but you can see, I don't know if you can see, if you look in here you can just see the sedum, the new sedums, just the new growth is there. But I keep this on, it just gives them a little bit of protection. Probably February, something like that, we'll probably take all the tops off. We might even do it sooner yet, we don't know. But yeah, the sedum is completely died back now, but we've just left it there just to give, like I say, just give the new growth some protection. But you can see you got all these daffodils and tulips, the crocuses there, look pretty good in this bed. This bed's, well, there's nothing happening at the moment, but I guarantee you in a few weeks time you'll see lots of tulips and daffodils starting to come up. All the leaves are off everything now. There's a few things starting to pop out of these containers here. All these have all been cleared, tidied up. There's a lot of bulbs and what have you in these planters. A few crocuses there. This is what we've been draining this, and I had 2 small water tanks, and I've been collecting all the comfrey tea into them. In fact, they're in the greenhouse there. I'll show them you in a second through the side of the greenhouse. But it's still half full. And I've got a blue container over there that I'm going to put the rest in, and then what I'm going to do is sort the table out. You can see the table's ready for collapsing, so if I don't take it, what's going to happen, the whole lot's going to come crashing down, so I need to sort that table out somehow. All the canes here, absolutely hundreds of canes, more crocuses here coming up in this hanging basket. They're the 2 containers inside there, and they're full of comfrey tea. I've got to clean the greenhouses yet, but you can see where it's I've been having a good dig there, it looks like a bloody fox. Girls are all molting, unfortunately, so not laying any eggs at the moment. This here is Swedes, and there's a few beetroot here. I've not. Oh, I could just say it's poking through there is the first of the elephant garlic, just there. I don't know if you can see that one there. Just there it is, and there's another one there, and another one. So they're all excellent. They're all coming up, and so are these onions over there. These red onions, they're starting to come through as well. So there's a good sign. I don't know what's happening with the shallots. I've not really had a look inside here. Lift this up. Oh, I can see one or two of them just starting to come up now, so there's a good result. So that's alright, I can live with that. There me girls. Poking their heads out. It's been really nasty this morning. This rain's been horrible. Just quick pop down here. I've still only got a third of this cleared out. Still need to get rid of these. The rhubarb, we put some horse manure on top of here a couple of weeks ago, and the rhubarb started coming up. I think I shouldn't have bothered straight away. I should have just left it until more closer to Christmas. I certainly ain't going to do it today. I wasn't going to do it today. It's my birthday today as well. 5th of December it is. But we cleared all the leaves from this sycamore here. All the leaves have fallen off. We have got, there's one of them here is an oak, and there's a silver birch. There's a few nice, they're only small trees these, but this one here, the big thing, it's the sycamore. And you can normally see the goldfinches eating the buds. And last year, the tree at the back there, you could see where they've destroyed the top of the tree. You won't think they're very destructive birds, but trust me, that's what they eat through the winter. I've still done nothing with these dahlias. We just left them in the buckets in the soil. I don't think it's going to make much difference really. When it really gets bad, and once we cleared the greenhouse out here, we can put them in that frame there. I'm going to tell you more about that frame in a minute. In fact, you see on the corner here we've got some jasmine, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to put more jasmine along it. In fact, I'm going to be potting some jasmine in the greenhouse shortly, so I'll show you me doing that. But what I want to do is put it along here. I'll tell you a story, like I say, about this this Harris fencing in a minute. As you can see here, all the onions are doing well. Got bloody mushrooms coming up here. Toadstools, sorry. We cut some of the tops off these yellow flag irises. We're just doing a bit of work here, and it started to rain, so we've stopped. That's dead, bloody flooded. That's one of my roses. That absolutely. I don't know. I might have drained the water out. I've put a drilling hole in the bottom of the pot. I didn't realise it's. I thought it had a drain hole in it. It hasn't. This one has. This one's okay, but that one's, well, it's dead. Celery, I'm almost ready to take. There's a few collies, cabbages there. Yep, so's the shed is still there. Like I say, I can't really do much with it at the moment. Bloody potatoes there, can you believe it? Look there, guys. I'm trying to grow Christmas potatoes in the greenhouse, and they succumb to frost. So look at that. Bloody potatoes going out the bottom bucket there. I can't believe that. In fact, they're growing out of some of them, but I'm going to have to sort them out, pull the tops off them before they start to sprout. These are all me potatoes. I did another 2 buckets the other day. I couldn't believe the weight I had out of them. More, I think it was about 17-18 pound of spuds they had out the 2 buckets. I didn't really film it. I just sort of stuck the camera on a tripod about half a mile away, and you just see me pulling them out the wheelbarrow, and then we weighed them. If I can find that clip, I'll show you. Other than that, you just have to take my word on it. Yeah, 18 pound out of 2 of them. The celeriac's starting to fill out as well here. That's a good sign. Always a good sign when they start to grow. As you can see, all the trees now, we've lost all of the leaves. We've still got these fly traps on. I need to empty them, sterilise them. They're full of dead flies, and they would have been a great success this year. However, I'm missing a couple of them. There should be 6 and I count 4. So some little tea leaves. Had away with 2 of them. Not a problem, because I think I've got another 8 or 9 of them there, brand new ones. Oh my god. Oh my god, yes. Just down there, I can see my snowdrops just starting to come up. Let's just zoom in a bit. There, my snowdrops, guys, are starting to come up. Oh, this is exciting. Oh, happy days. I do notice over there underneath that peach tree, there's a load of them bird's nest fungi. See if I can swing the camera around there. We'll just zoom in a bit. There they are. They're doing no harm. But yeah, they're actually coming up, so that's going to be great. I just have to be careful now when I throw wood chip on there not to cover them completely. But all around here should be loads of snowdrops eventually. Can't wait for that to happen. The shadow my shadow's there. Like I said, the sun is directly behind me now, so what I'm going to do is walk around here and turn the camera this way. As you can see, the planters, some of the bulbs are coming up now. Looks like a squirrel's been digging in there, the bugger. You can start to see tulips starting to come up along the borders, and the daffodils. The rhubarb. Oh, you can see the heat coming off here. The sun's actually burning the boards there and drying them out. And you can, I don't know if you can see the steam which is being given off. No, you probably can't see it, but I assure you the sun is burning it all off. It'll probably rain again in about an hour's time, but yeah, the clouds look pretty bad up there. Again, all the leaves off these currants. Same here, these currants and the raspberries. And I'm going to be showing me putting a rose in one of these planters in a bit. So there you go. That's basically the plot. That's gonna get me a flask of coffee, and I'm going to head in that greenhouse. And I'll show you a couple of clips of what we've been doing of different things. But that's what the plot looks like on December the 5th, guys.
So as you saw there, we could have done. We can't do the strawberries because it's everywhere's wet through. But we'll clear all the dead leaves off there, and there's a few runners which we need to take out, which to keep the lines straight, and we'll put them somewhere else. But yeah, we could do now with the strawberries. Moving on down the plot, you notice all the bulbs coming up, the crocuses and the daffodils and what have you. You got them coming up in the hanging baskets as well. I think there'd be the crocuses which will be first to flower. Well, did you notice there? Well, you probably heard me getting all excited there about what was underneath the trees. The snowdrops, they've started to push through now. There's a lot of snowdrops underneath there. There's a few. I bet there's 500-600 of them, and the rest. And they're just starting to poke through now, so that's going to look absolutely glorious. Probably around February we're going to start to see them flower. But there's a lot of daffodils what run right down the centre of them trees, and there's daffodils everywhere, and so are the tulips and crocuses and irises, but they're all to come up, so watch this space with them. But Yeah, I couldn't believe the potatoes. See the potatoes growing in the buckets. -3, -4 out there, and they survive out there, yet they die in here. What's that all about? Unbelievable. But yeah, they're doing all right. As you saw, there's a few veg. I've got some veg in there. The elephant garlic's just starting to poke through as well now, so I'm pretty chuffed about that as well. So I was getting a bit concerned, but yeah, the garlic's pushing through, and the reason why it's taken so long is because I planted it quite deep, and that's what you got to do with elephant garlic. You got to plant it at least 2 inches, 2.5 inches deeper than what it is, and cause it's a big bulb at the end of the day. But yeah, it's looking pretty good, that garlic. You notice the rhubarb that on the back part of the plot where we put some horse manure over it, and as soon as you do that, the rhubarb responds with throwing shoots out. So I'm going to stick a couple of buckets over them and see if I can force some pink rhubarb up. Probably get it around about February, and be able to have some rhubarb crumble come February. The other stuff, again, we put some horse manure over it, and it's starting to come. It's a bit too soon really for me, but at the back of the plot it's dark down there, you see, so it responds really well. I mean, rhubarb should always be grown in the dark anyway. You get these cloth cappers up in Leeds. They're the guys who you want to look at when it comes to growing rhubarb. They've got it off to a fine art. They really have. And winter months, what they tend to do is dig the rhubarb out and let it sit on the top, then bury it again afterwards. But I'm not doing that. I've already done that last year. So, but I reckon if we put the pots on and we'll force some garlic, some rhubarb up this year or early next year anyway. And well, we've got a few things to do. You probably hear me saying about the jasmine there. In fact, I'm going to show you I'm putting some jasmine on now. Now in the video, I've got a little video that I did a couple of days ago, and what it was, I think I said 2 months. The one what I'm planting is 4-month-old, and these ones here, these cuttings here, are 2-month-old. And look at them. That's after 2 months that. And I take you up to where I got these. What it was a friend of mine. She was trimming a. She's got this jasmine arch, and she was trimming it. And she said, "Did you want some of these cuttings here, Mark?" I said, "Go on, I'll have a few." Cause I do love jasmine. You know what I mean? Really do. I love it on the best place to see it's in Ancorwa on the walls. Anyway, I'm going to show you me doing that now. I'm going to show you me actually. Transplanting it into a bigger pot, because that's what it needed. It was pot bound, you will see, but it's 4 months, it's not 2-month-old. So have a look at this. And this is the jasmine. Well, I'm just flipping this over. This is this clover. It's got a perlite in it. That's what the white bits are. And what we're going to be doing, we're going to be potting on this jasmine. Now, it's, as you can see, it's already coming out the bottom, so what I'm going to do is put it into a bigger pot. And the trick is, you don't want it to be any lower than where it is, so I want it to come to the top, so that's where, you know, it'll be level with the top when I fill the soil in. And basically all I've got to do now is just sort of tip it out, just gentle with the roots. And it's amazing, this jasmine, it really is. It's just how strong it is. And it's dead easy. Look at the root on. Look at that root on that. Not 2 months ago it was that big, guys, and that was a cutting what I took about 5 weeks ago. No more, about 2 months ago. It was that big. So it's amazing how well this has grown. But what I'm doing, I'm just going to plant it to the level of the top of the pot, and then just going to backfill it. This was actually given to me. I was given a couple of small cuttings off a friend of mine, Deborah, lovely girl, and she's got a beautiful arch of this. It's absolutely awesome. It really is. And like I say, I'm going to have it growing on the frame at the other greenhouse. So what I'm going to do now, no water. Ooh, there's some. It's inside the greenhouse, so I'm just going to give it a quick damping down. That'd be probably it for the winter. And that's it, done. That's all I have to do. Just when you're planting anything, make sure you plant it at the same level as it was in its original pot. If you plant it too deep, what will happen is you'll get dampening off and it'll probably die on you. But this thing's about, well, let's lift the camera up here. You can see how long it is. It's quite long, and this as soon as I put it outside, I can wrap it round the trellis, the fencing, what's out there, and it'd be an instant. You know, you'd be able to instantly see it. So it's staying in here over winter. I might as well just keep it in here. It's doing no harm. We may even put it into the cold frame outside. It will do no harm to it whatsoever. But yeah, there's my little jasmine. All leaves are falling off. They just fall off. They just end up like twigs in the pot at the end of it. But yeah, job's a good one. So we were going to use some mycorrhizal fungi to make the roots, you know, the root system stronger, but look absolutely fantastic, so there was no need for it. So I'm not even bothered. I just replanted it in a bigger pot, and there it is. It's sitting there in my greenhouse now. We've got a couple in the cold frame outside as well, big ones. They're about 8 months old, but we're going to stick them down the side of the greenhouse just to give it some shake. It gets too hot in there. You're probably wondering why I've got that Harris fencing up there. Well, the story is, used to be this young lad. I was about 12 at the time, and he used to come on the top of the hill at the top there. When I say the hill, the allotments is set down 20 foot from the top of this hill. It's basically this hill. It was a landfill site, and what they did, they filled it in. They put a top layer of soil on it, grass on it, and it's a plain field now. But it used to be a rubbish tip, and this little bugger. He'd be about 12 at the time. He used to stand on the top of the hill and he used to fire golf balls at everybody's greenhouses, and he was that good. Honestly, he should be playing for England golf now. He was that good. He used to target each pane, and if he ain't playing golf, he must be in the Olympics, the 100 metres dash. Because we could never catch him. If we could have catched him, I would have stuck the golf club where the sun don't shine. But that was about 6 years ago, and he's probably playing with his balls somewhere else now. Maybe someone else's. We don't know. Don't get me wrong. Each your own. But he was a little bugger, he was, and we could never get him. If we found out where he lived, we'd break every one of his windows. But no. And he used to, like I say, he used to sit on the top of the hill. He used to always come and find golf balls. It must have really frustrated him, because he could never break mine, because I've got twin wall polycarbonate, and that was another reason why I put the twin wall polycarbonate up there, was to stop him, and also to stop kids falling through the glass. And you know, I could not live with myself if a kid had cut himself to ribbons falling through the glass. That's why I've got twin wall polycarbonate. My brother's got glass over there, but that's his greenhouse. But mine are all this twin wall polycarbonate, and they do get quite warm in here, so that's why I want to put the jasmine over it, and it should look like Angkor Wat when it's done. I can't wait for that. It's going to take a few years, but Debbie's got an arch down on her plot. I'm going to show you what the arch looks like. Now, you've got to remember, it's December, and the leaves are starting to die back on it, but I'm going to take you there because I want to show you how to take a cutting off it. It's straightforward. It's so easy. So let me take you up there now and show you.
Debbie's jasmine, and it's absolutely awesome. It's about 3-year-old, this arch, and it is absolutely amazing. And to get it to propagate it, all you have to do is see that node there. if you cut either side, half an inch either side, and put it into a pot, you'd get roots coming from that, and it'd take next to no time. And that's how I took my cuttings from this thing, and it's pretty amazing how easy it is to take a cutting from jasmine. Anyway, there you go. Looks absolutely lovely.
So as you saw there, you cut about 10 milli either side of a leaf, and you put that leaf into that bit into a pot. I use clover multi-purpose, nothing else in it. You could use that rooting hormone, dip it in that and stick it in, but there's no need for it, because as soon as it hits the soil, it just wants to throw roots out. Now, I didn't take a cutting, I was just showing you how to take a cutting, but that's as simple as that. Debbie, she gave me a couple of lengths what she'd cut off, and I just chopped them up and put them in the pots. And like I say, this is what they look like. There's a couple more over there. They don't take very long to grow. I've got some there. I've got one in the cold frame there. It must be 6 foot long now. And I can tie it up to the frame very shortly, so I will be doing that, but not just yet. One thing I want to show you. I don't know, Mike, potting along this is. He gave me a couple of loquat seeds, and I saw him just before he went away. He's in Asia, and I says, "How's your loquats? What you started?" He says, "Oh, we didn't do very well, Mark." Oh, look at this one, mate. It looks beautiful, doesn't it? Evergreen, by the way, and. This is me baby. It's doing wonderfully in this greenhouse. Yeah, so loquat, and once it gets big enough, we're going to put him outside. Or is he a she? I don't know. But it's absolutely wonderful. I'm really chuffed about that. I grew that from a seed. Yeah, he had a go and he couldn't do now. Rub it in a little bit. Terrible art. Oh, well, it is my birthday after all. Anyway, next thing I want to show you. Now, I think I mentioned about the planter. I did have a rose in one of my planters just outside the door there. I had 2 roses, one in each planter, and the end one died. So what I did was stick some cosmos in. It was some cosmos what Pam Kemp, she sent me some seeds, and I threw these seeds into this tray. We they did okay, and we planted them in the planters, and they were beautiful. In that particular planter, it was absolutely awesome. And well, they died back, and so there was all what was left in there was a few tulips. I thought, we need to find that rose what died. Anyway, I was in one of my favourite stores. It begins with a B and it's got a Q on the end of it. And blow me, there was a rose. It was only well, it said £3 on the packet. So it gets to the till and it was reduced to £1. And she said to me, "Oh, all the everything's basically reduced now." So I went, turned round, went back. And I come back with 3 red currant trees. That's what they are. They're grafted onto tree stock. And I got myself a little yellow raspberry. They're in the middle greenhouse, which I'm going to show you at the end in a bit. But yeah, we got this rose, and I paid £1 for it. So I think we paid £6 for the 3 currant trees, red currants, and £1 for the yellow raspberry. So we've got a good deal there. Anyway, I'm going to show you me now actually planting this. This is how I plant my roses, guys. I don't know how you plant yours, but this is how I plant mine. So check this out, and we'll be right back. So guys, this is me pound. It cost me £1 this in B&Q. They're normally £3, but yeah, it's called Rosa Casa Wona. Anyway, can't even pronounce that. But that's what it is. Beautiful little red rose, and it's replaced the one that I lost. So I've just got to get it out of its wrapping. which is not going to be easy. Give me a second. There we go. Use my scissors. They use a wax on these. Yes, as I thought, it come in a little plastic roller, so we're going to have some fun with this, I can tell you. There we go, that's what we've got. So what I'm going to do now is dig down, do a bit of excavator digging. Now, I like to use the easiest way to do it. I'm just going to keep doing it until I can get it. What I could have done was use the plant pot or something. Right, so that's perfect. That's it set. Now then, I'm going to be using this stuff, mycorrhizal fungi. And the reason why I want to use it is because I want it to build the roots up. If this is double, quadruple even, the roots. Really, you should always use a mass when you're dealing with this stuff. I'm going to put some in the hole. Now I've got to unwrap this thing, which is not going to be easy. Usually you lose half the soil when you do this. But, it's not looking too bad at the moment. Do you think the guy who did this was having some fun when he was wrapping it? Bloody hell. It's like one of them magician tricks. You just keep pulling things off and then you get to this point and it all the actually should come out. Oh, look at that. Excellent. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to rub on them little white roots there. I'm going to rub some of this mycorrhizal fungi. Then in the hole it goes. Good firming down. Don't need to water it, it's absolutely, it's sodden, this soil. There we go. Simple as that, but yeah, that mycorrhizal fungi is absolutely fantastic for your roses. Put it on your tulips, anything like that, get them going. As you can see, all this bloody, this is ridiculous, guys. Look at all that waste there. You talk about one-use plastics. What can you use that for there? That's what you call overkill. It really is. If there was put them in plant pots, at least you could use the plant pot again. Absolute joke. Anyway, sadly it's going to have to go in some landfill somewhere. Important, stick the label back on. Stick it over there like that, so I know what it is. And the job's a good one. So there you go. Did you see all that plastic there? I mean, look at this here. That's ridiculous, that, isn't it? I mean, I'm not one of these Greenpeace and all this, but all that's going in a landfill. All you had to do was put the bugger in a pot. You could have used the pot over and over again, but they wrapped it in that plastic there, and there must be 20 foot of plastic. What I'm going to do with it, other than throw it in the bin? Well, there's not much you can do with it, is it, except for throw it in the bin. So perhaps these big companies should think about what they wrap the trees and what have you in. Can you get the trees again? I've got them currants there and they're wrapped in that stuff. So it's a lot of faffing about, it's a lot of waste really. Anyway, you see me using the mycorrhizal fungi there in the hole, firmed it in, should do okay that roll, so I'll keep my eye on it. It's right time of year as well to get it in. Anyway, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to quickly run you up to the middle greenhouse, middle greenhouse, and show you all me garlic, how that's doing. And you'll see these raspberries, not currant trees, get it right. And you see that little raspberry as well. So let's take you into the greenhouse and show you.
Over here, we're coming into the greenhouse now. You can see the Germador, Firmador and the Marco. That's doing wonderful. 100% there on the Marco. There's 2 not fired there on the Firmador, and again there's 2. I think there's 3 not fired on the Firmador. These are the red currant trees. There's 3 of them there. I'll be planting them out shortly. And I think I paid about 5-6 quid for them, all 3 of them. So that was a bargain. Over there you've got all the porcelain white. I've got about 95% of them germinated. There's a few coming through. This is the raspberry. I need to. This I paid £1. It says 3 quid there, but I paid £1 for that. So we need to do something with that shortly. But as you can see, all the garlic's doing wonderfully. It's got down to minus. Well, it's got down to -2, -3 in here. So this is getting the treatment that it needs. There's some more there as well. I just want to point that out to you. So yeah, that's the garlic. That's the state of the play at the moment. So as you see there, all the garlic's doing wonderfully. And I need to plant them trees out, them currant trees. So yeah, it's all looking good. And below me, I was rooting around in here, and I've noticed the Bunyards exhibition are doing okay. There's a few failures, but most part they're doing wonderful. I think we've got 5 failures out of 35 there. And I think the reason why we've got a failure here, as I remember, I run short of one. So we got 11 rather than 12, but when you add them together, got 40, 41. They only need 15. So as soon as they get to about 6 inches, we'll put them into the cold frame. We're harding them up. I get my canes outside. We'll throw the canes up because they blew over in that wind, so I've got to redo the canes. And this year I'm going to tie them up, because early this year we failed miserably. It's 3rd time lucky. First time we never tied them up. They went over. They come back up. Then we had the hardest frost of the year. They went over. They never come back. That was strike 1. And all they had to do was tie them to the canes. Anyway, strike 2. Same thing. I never tied them up. They went over, and I thought, I'll tie you up tonight. When you pop up tomorrow, I'll tie you up. We walked out that morning to 6 inches of snow, so that was strike 2. And then the 3rd time, we got them away. We tied them up. We put fleece round them to protect them, and they did all right. The only trouble was all the beetles and everything started to crawl out of the ground. And they got these little flea beetle, little black beetle, and they nibble all around the leaves, and they damage your plant. And the plants will grow, but they don't grow as good as they should. So that's why I like to try and get them out as early as I can, because they get taller and they're a lot fitter and stronger, and they can take having a good hammering off these beetles. But yeah, so if you see when I'm putting them in and I don't tie them up, tell me. Remind me to tie them up, because I forget, and they'll end up dead like they did last time. And what I'll do with the rest of them, my old mate Jim, I'll give them to him and he can kill his. He normally does. And in the end he gets his way as well. But then again, that's only through me coaching him to tie him up. But yeah, I might even start some more. I'll put some more beans in, because I know what's going to happen. I'll probably end up killing him. But yeah, so there you go. That's what the plot looks like at the moment. That's what we've been doing. I will say, someone pointed out, so they didn't get a notification on my last video. Now it's that competition still going.
So if you haven't got it, I suggest there's a little bar, a little bell here. Click on that and it'll give you my next update. And if you haven't already entered the competition, go on that video and follow the instructions, and it's still there, still going. I think YouTube have not doing the pushes like they should, like they used to. And then you've got that Article 13 coming in. That's an old other story. I don't think it affect me too much because it's all my own material that I use. However, there's a lot of people, a lot of these big channels which do a lot of stuff, might cause them some grief. But touching wood, I hope everything's okay. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. Like I say, I'm going to go and celebrate my birthday with a kebab, I think. So until next time, guys, thanks for watching and subscribing and leaving your comments. Just remember, the competition's still running, and if you want to find out whether you won, click that little bell there to tell you whether you won or not. Alright, until next time, thanks for watching, goodbye for now.